Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk a little bit about funding and what's about to happen in the House and the Senate because of some messaging that the GOP in the House did, and now it's going to end up causing an issue. Okay, so the funding bill for the U.S. military, it is seen as must pass. It's one of those bills that normally has very wide bipartisan support. Everybody's in favor of this. It just goes forward because it is a political minefield to try to fight this. Okay? The Senate passed their version. The House passed their version earlier, but the Republicans in the House attached a bunch of amendments to it that aren't related to military funding, not really. In fact, in many ways, they hurt military readiness. Stuff like curtailing reproductive rights, limiting trans soldiers, just tons of stuff along this line. If there is a culture war item, they added an amendment to message about it. Okay. The thing is, the Senate bill, where there are more adults, none of that stuff's in the Senate bill. So now it has to go to a negotiation where they try to work out the differences. Then it has to go back and pass both the Senate and the House. The Senate bill passed 86-11. The one in the House barely made it through with these amendments. The slightest bit of pressure should get the Republicans in the House to cave on this. The Senate stance on this should be pretty simple. They're probably going to walk in and be like, yeah, none of this is actually going through. Go ahead and get it out of your mind now. Grown folks are talking at this moment. You sent out your messaging bills. That's fine. It's great, but understand they're not going to be in the final product. And just move on from there. That's probably going to be the Senate's position. We'll, of course, have to wait and see. I don't believe that the Democratic Party, particularly those in the Senate, are going to be willing to negotiate on any of these amendments. It's just a no-go on all of it. But if there is a negotiation to be had, the Senate bill was pretty clean, didn't have a lot of unique stuff in it, with the exception of extending U.S. support for Ukraine until, I want to say 2027, it might be 2026, fact check me on that. And they provided funding to investigate and counter foreign influence operations. I'd be willing to bet that Republicans in the House would probably give up all of their amendments to cut that funding. I mean, I would assume, since all of their amendments are, really designed to harm U.S. military readiness, I would assume that would be useful to Republicans in the House to get rid of that funding. That's certainly the way it appears. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.